Hello, it's me, James, and I'm back with Jayson. Hi, Jayson.
Hello.
The weather is uncomfortably warm. Worlds must be about to happen, or happening now, or happening shortly, or something on the other side of the world from me, but not Jayson. And we have now decided to switch back from playing just with the new stuff. I think we've thoroughly checked that out. I'm sure we've missed a few things, but we have played with it quite a lot. We started with just Secret Wars, then we switched to Secret Wars with Modern, and now, for the first time in the longest time, we are exploring Golden. Um, I set Jayson a challenge that we should take one of the modern cards, doesn't have to be Secret Wars, and at least one, and mix it with some old stuff. And try to make some nasty monster using, because quite honestly, I've forgotten all of the golden cards. I discovered as I was looking through them, I can't, I'm thinking, okay, so what spins sidekicks to bolts, or what clears the field? I've got no idea anymore. I've seemed to have blocked all the golden stuff out. So it's good to unearth it. And the rule was that you have to include at least one of the modern cards, and you have to buy that in order to win. My modern card is... I'll go for sorry, Jayson. I'm hogging. Mine is General Zod, which says, while General Zod is active, your psychic dice get +2 attack and count as bolt character dice, in addition to being sidekick character dice. Now, it was established by ruling that this doesn't work the way it did when I last played it in a video, which was that they would also be bolt dice in your bag and places other than the reserve pool or the field. Okay, so it doesn't work like that. So it doesn't work for Rush, which is how I was playing it. That was really good. I played it like that, then they ruled it. But it does work for Lantern Ring, which is my main old card. And this is the foil promo version I am flexing. And it says, continuous. While active, when your characters attack, they deal 1 damage to target player for each energy symbol in your reserve pool that matches their type. So if it's not obvious, the idea is to get a bunch of Zod and a bunch of sidekicks in the field, which will all be bolt characters, and then have lots of bolt energy in my reserve pool. And if I have, for example, 4 bolts in my reserve pool and I attack with 5 bolt characters, that's 20 damage there and then. It is worth pointing out that question marks do not count as bolts for this. Question marks count as what they are spent as if it's a spending thing, but they don't count when you're just counting them up in your reserve pool. That's generally true. And yeah, that's about it. Jayson, sorry, I've gone on rather too long. What have you got?
That's okay. The modern card I'm building around is Explosion, the basic action, which reads, if I can read it, which reads deal 2 damage to each player and each character die in the field. You can also, upon using it, you can also spend a bolt to deal extra damage to each player and each character die.
Right.
And the double burst is deal an additional damage to player and character dice.
Very nice.
So the double burst being important because I'm using that in combo with our old friend Morph, the uncommon Morph, who says when fielded, you choose a basic action card, and when Morph attacks, you use the double burst version of that effect. So basically, I want to just see what happens when I attack with Morph and use Explosion all over the place, which I know I'm supposed to buy Explosion in order to complete the combo, even though I don't need to with Morph,
Oh
but
well,
I will be doing that
I'll let you
anyway,
off.
obviously. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and then I might also try to combo that with Rare Batman, just to see if I can maybe clear out even more stuff out of your field, or do some ping damage to you possibly, and the rest just kind of serves to kind of try to make sure I can do all that. That's my
Yeah,
combo.
yeah. The rest of it also on my team is just support. We have between us the most globals. Jayson, tell us what globals you have, because that might be relevant, I think.
I have Orion's Pay Fist spin character die up. I have Wolverine's Pay Fist once per turn, prep a die from your bag. I have Invulnerability Pay Bolts. Target character die gets +1 attack. I've got Batman's 2 masks to field up to 2 character dice from your use. Each player can do so. Good old Clayface, pay a mask to draw a die out of your use pile to put on any energy face you so choose. Dark Phoenix to knock something out for a bolt, get a 2 discount, and then Supreme Intelligence, pay 2 generic, and move a die with up to 2 cost from used to prep.
So you've got 6 globals, and for my part, I think I have something similar. I also have Dark Phoenix that Jayson mentioned. I've got Thor to make action dice cheaper, Mr. Sinister. So that those 2 cards obviously is the engine for a lot of modern teams when you want to buy a 6 or indeed 7 cost. Plus a prep global. I took out Wolverine, which Jayson has, and replaced it with Resurrection, which is also flex because I've got a foil sign one from somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah, so that's the sort of ramp engine, and I've got. I didn't know. I thought I should. I originally had Distraction here, which is obviously control. We did say that the other rule, apart from having to buy it, was that there should be no control because it's all about the combos. And I did have Distraction on the team that this was part of, so I just replaced it with Instant War because Psychics will be useful. I don't anticipate buying it. I've got Twinger, which is a 1-cost bolt. I did consider the 2 cost, but let's see how that goes. And I've got Mjolnir, which is I certainly don't plan to buy it. It could be removal, but actually it's just... What did you call it, Jayson? I call it Psychic Spinner, but yours was better. It was a fixer.
Which one?
Right? Psychic Fixer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's
an energy, sidekick fixer.
Yeah, it's a bolt fixer, so I don't have to pay anything, and I can spin a Psychic to its bolt phase. I feel like there are 2 things I need to say. One is going back to Golden after such a long time, because I haven't played Golden for ages. Number 1, I really need to sort my dice and cards out. That's something, but that's clearly not your problem. The other thing is that you really have to sort of check through. This is slightly discouraging, but you do have to check through because not a lot, but definitely some popular cards have received errata. Especially in light of some of the recent rules tidying up that they've done. So Jayson, I considered it, and I think Jayson also considered having Techno. We don't have it actually, but the Techno Iceman, the one where you pay a bolt and spin as many Psychics as you want, 2 bolts. It only works on Psychics which are actually on their character face, whether they are in the field or the reserve pool. Both are fine, but they must be on the Psychic face. It used to be played, certainly Iceman was, and I think Techno was, that you could spin any of your Psychic dice. But now they're not even... They're not Psychic. They're certainly not Psychic character dice in any case. If they're on an energy face, they're basically just energy dice. So it doesn't work. You can't spin a bolt, a fist to a bolt, for example. You would have to spin a Psychic character to a bolt. Yes, and I had to check Zod as well because he did get ruled, which I mentioned. And the other thing I wanted to mention, gosh, there's a lot. It's a big intro, but hopefully it's interesting. Jayson's got Explosion, and I felt like it was familiar, and it is. It's from there's a card with almost identical text from Battle for Faerun, which is the 2nd Dungeons and Dragons set. It's called Fireball. Deal 2 damage to each player and each character. That's the same, isn't it? And you may also spend a bolt. It says you may also spend bolts, whereas the new one says you can spend any number of bolts. But this one says you may do this multiple times, so it's the same. And the double burst is also the same. So it's it is new, but it's not new. But it's not a combo that we've seen recently. So good. And Jayson has won the roll-off, and I've forgotten whether you elected to go first or second, Jayson.
First.
It looks like. Good luck to you.
Good luck. On that. Sure. Go ahead.
Now, one thing I will say about this is, like, we come up with these ideas not long before we actually play them, which gives us just enough time to sort of think of a team and pull the cards and dice, but not enough time to actually process, to optimize it, really, beyond sort of cursory, Chewingle might be a good idea, and definitely not to think about buying order or anything like that. I was never a big Lantern Ring player back in the day, but I think I'm going to go with General Zod, because I know how to do that. I know how to do the sort of with Mr. Sinister and whatnot. So we can double prep, right? Oops, I don't know what that was. It was a fist.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. So you've got a fist prep, and I've got a shield prep. So I'll prep 2 dice from my bag. There may be a better way. Write in the comments if you know what it is. I didn't bring Professor X, which I was considering, because this is a bolt rather than the mask ring team. And I feel like Professor X is probably optimised more for masks, as is Clayface. I did think about that. Anyway, over to you, Jayson. Sorry. Oops. Pietro dropped a die.
Clayface out. 2 masks. And 2.
Yeah, I forgot about Clayface. I could have done that, couldn't I?
I knock out that sidekick. And I'll pay 2 for morph.
Nice.
And then I'll double prep and pass to you.
We've almost got too many globals, I think it's fair to say. But, after the miserable experience of no globals, no prep in Dice Fight XL, I'm never going back. Okay, so I'm Mr. Sinisterizing.
Sure.
And I've dropped one of my grey dice, so now I have a white one to replace it. Those are the 2 from my bag, and those are the 2 into the bag and out again. And I did completely forget about Clayface. So let's see what we can do with that. I feel like more bolts would be jolly helpful. We have a fist and a shield things, which might be alright. Shield is also good. You know what? Let's just try it. Okay. I couldn't really have many more bolts than that. Right then. There are almost too many choices, but let's try buying a Chwinger and then clay facing in, if I remember how it works, said Chwinger. So that's gained me a die with no energy spent, effectively. Then let's KO that, I suspect. And Zod is going to cost me 4.
You brought the Chwinga in on double bolts, but then you moved it to used after only spending 1 of them.
Oh, thank you for noticing.
So move that single bolt back into reserve.
I see this is going to get really confusing with this psychic that I've subbed in. Right, thank you. Yes, I bought a Chwinger, put it in on double bolts, and then paid 1 by okay. Good, thank you for that. And now I will purchase. No, I need to do that. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's buy a Zod for 4. Let's prep that with. Doesn't really matter what I do it with, but I'll do it with Wolverine. And let's buy another Chwinger. Seems okay. I might have to remember that that is actually a psychic, but yes, priority. And turn to you. See if I can find my yellow sidekick dice. Nope. Oh, we'll survive.
that. Field him. He's going to be naming explosion, obviously.
Yep.
And two for an invulnerability. Way face that in, and I'm also prep them. And then I'll pass priority and turn to you.
Okie dokie. I've got a bunch of stuff going in. 4 coming out. Twinger and the white psychic. Do his rolling Zod. Buying Lantern Ring. Winning next turn. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Did roll Zod. Cost 3 to field, which is kind of shocking. I don't think that Tringer's really doing any good. No, I don't really pay to feel that particularly. I have decent energy otherwise. Oh, really? What are the chances? 1 in 36. What am I imagine? Well, 1 in 6. Well, just characters, not. It's just 1 in it's 1 in 2, isn't it? Right, so we're probably not going to feel that. Stuff you. 3 to feel that is very, very far from ideal. Do you know what? Let's just think about this for a minute. I could probably profit from that in the same way that I did before. Is that profit? I think that's profit. No, it's just the same, isn't it? But I did buy another Twinger. But do I want to? What the heck? Let's field it for 3. Oops. We have 5 in the bag, I think. So we'll prep 1. It's kind of annoying that I didn't buy a Lantern Ring, but there it is. And we'll pass priorities here. And turn.
Okay. 2. Damn it. Not quite there. Huh. Want you to be better, but you're not. Okay. Sidekick. Yeah. Sounds good. KO a sidekick. Then 1 for Orion. Resurrect and Wolverine prep. 2. And I'll pass priority in turn.
Okay. I'm just trying to think on the hoof what I should have done differently. Yes, I feel like I think that 3 feeling is unpleasant. So probably and rolling Twingers is not helping anybody. Psychic's okay. Masks is okay. Fists is fine. Double mask I don't really need. Let's try that. Better. Significantly better. I'll feel the psychic. Definitely want to buy a Lantern Ring. So let's bring in a Twinger. It's got to be good, right? Let's KO the psychic. So that's the thing to do, really. But let's try it. Then let's buy a Lantern Ring for 2. Phoenix is not limited to characters, right? It's just the next die you buy, right? And then let's Sinister. Prep. Not quite the right number of dice, but do I even want to prep? I do want to prep. Never mind, I'll just do it. This is not optimal. Priority.
Will Batman, since you cleared out your
Okay.
used. Okay, pass back.
Over to you.
Alright, bag's empty. 4. Let's see. Not bad. Don't need all you to actually work. Ah. Okay. Well, that's what we get. That's good. Good. Sidekick. 3. That's a 2. Yeah. Let's store and buy another one of those. And resurrect and prep it. And then priority and turn to you.
Okay. I've got 3 in the back. One of these. Now there are 4 in the back. Interesting.
I just need you to miss that lantern ring, please.
You did. I did, don't worry.
There we go. Perfect. No.
Indeed, that's okay.
Once more on the go round for that one.
Let's try those again.
Miss.
Ooh.
Ah.
Doubt that's enough though, looking at it. Well, we'll put that to field. I think we will probably field the Twinger. It's not a one-turn kill, that's for sure. And then I will buy the last Twinger. Clayface that Twinger in. I'm not going to prep because I've got 4 dice in my bag. Yeah, sure. Pass priority. And I will attack with the Psychic and the Twinger, dealing you 6. Twinger has to attack in actual fact.
14. And let's see. Sidekick, it gets pluses or something? I can't remember.
Oh, it does actually, yeah. What does it say? +2 attack. So that's a 3 and the Twinger's a 1, 2.
And Twinger's a 1.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll block the let's see, you can pump it up too, couldn't you? Because I gave you a pump like an idiot.
If I'd attack with everything, what would you be on? Yeah, that would be 9, and then you'd have to block. Probably have to block him. 16, 17, 18. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, go ahead.
I'll block the sidekick with Orion. And the Chwinga's defense is what?
A 1, 2.
A 2.
It's a 1/2. Yeah.
I'll block him. I'll block the Twingo with the sidekick.
Okay. Twingo stays. He's got Swarm, incidentally. For what it's worth. Might be quite useful.
Alright.
Over to... Well, he's probably not going to survive your turn, so...
My turn?
Where you go? Yes.
Alright. Empty bag. Oh, crap. I don't need all you. Don't need all yous guys. Don't really need you either. Keep you. Like... Okay, well, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I feel 2 sidekicks. And I will... I'll spin Orion up to level 3.
Nice.
And
I've forgotten what Explosion does, but I assume it takes your sidekicks out as well, right?
yeah, it's gonna be 3 to you, 3 to me, and 3 to everything in the field. So I'm gonna use invulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pass priority to you.
I shall Sinister twice. Over to you.
I'm gonna tag with everything.
Okay,
so
these die, right?
So Morph's attacking, so everything is taking... We're taking 3, you and I.
Okay.
I'm down to 11.
11 puts me on 17.
You're at 17. And then everything in the field is also taking 3.
Yeah.
So he survives. They get knocked out. But then with the invulnerability, they come right back again. So you don't have to.
They come back, but they come back to the non-attacking part of the field.
Right.
So what's their combined attack?
A combined attack is 10.
10. So Beast is a 2, so he wouldn't knock out Zod, so that's not going to do anything, right? So I can block.
Well, Zod's already taken 3. What's Zod's defense?
7.
Okay, yeah.
So he can block Beast with impunity, presumably, and I'll just have to take the 8, putting me on 9.
Okay.
Now then, I have 4 in the bag, and I no longer have a Chunga in the field, so that's a bit sad. But let's see if I can roll something. You're on 11, I'm on 9, right? Okay, I'm seeing sidekicks, and I'm seeing bolts. That should do for you. My good morphing friend. Let's see how much I can get. So that in itself would be, they all count as bolts, so let's fill them for free. So that's 5, that's already 15 damage. That's more than 15 damage, but I won't do that.
There you go.
I'll re-roll these first. Oh, they don't count for anything, so that doesn't help. But I could Sinister. Don't have another sidekick, but I can feel one because that happens first. Right, and then I can take the Trinket for 2 more bolts. And I'm doing it's a bit disappointingly slow, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolt characters, each doing 5 damage. So that would be 30. Take that.
Okay, good game.
Well, you did pretty well, to be fair. That morph is nasty. There's no doubt about that. What would I have done differently? I don't know if General Zod I think he's a win more, really, isn't it? Lantern Ring is perfectly capable of winning by itself, probably with masks. Morphing Jar and Professor X is, I suspect, more efficient. But this was quite fun. I think we had too many globals. perhaps. I didn't really make use of Rip Hunter's shortboard. Perhaps I could have done. Didn't control my bag. I mean, that's the danger of having a lot of prep globals and Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Is you don't have to pay attention to your bag. But I should have done more, and I would have been able to make use of Batman to have more psychics in the field, for example. Jayson, thank you very much indeed. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch lots of other videos. And tell us. Actually, there's a competition coming soon. I think it's fair to say. I have finally decided on what I'm doing about that. So there's a competition in the pipeline. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And otherwise, take care of yourselves and see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.